Hey guys, thanks for watching. Welcome to my channel Saumya's Bookstation. I'm Saumya. If you like my videos, please like and share them and subscribe to my channel. And please do not forget to press the bell icon so that every time I post a video, you get notified. In today's video, I am going to talk about the books that I read in January 2018. I read 7 books in total and all these books I read in the second half of January. I'm pretty satisfied with my score of 7 books because I read them in 15 days and I do not want to rush it also. So let's get started. The first book is Chronicles by Guy Delisle. This is a graphic novel and this is non-fiction. In this graphic novel, Guy Delisle has shared his experiences of staying in Burma for 1 whole year with his wife and son. Now Burma or Myanmar is a country that I know about mostly because of Aung San Suu Kyi. Apart from that, I did not really know much about Myanmar, but because of this book, I got to know a lot about the country. In the process of reading the experiences of Guy Delisle's stay in Burma or Myanmar for 1 year, I also got to know a lot about Myanmar as a country, about the lifestyle in the country, about how people live there, about what are the thinkings and beliefs of the people in Myanmar. So with that respect, this was a very informative book. Now talking about the artwork in this graphic novel, I'll just show you. This is the artwork in the graphic novel. This is what it looks like. The main thing that stood out about this artwork for me is that it's a very on point, very spot on kind of an artwork through which Guy Delisle was able to get his points across. The way Guy Delisle's experiences have been presented in this book are very fascinating. The next book is The Perils of Being Moderately Famous by Soha Ali Khan. Now the main reason that I picked this book up was because of the catchy title. I'm not really a Soha Ali Khan fan, but the title really attracted me and it really appealed to me. As for the writing of this book, it's a well written book. For the most part, I enjoyed reading this book, but there were portions in the book that I enjoyed more while the others were kind of boring. Obviously, since it's a book about her life, so it includes all the aspects of her life, so my enjoyment was selective and that's why I feel that this is a good book, but it's not a great book. The next book is The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. Now talking about this book, it's a story that begins with a French family. So the man of the family feels that they shouldn't stay in a small French village all their lives if they want to do something good with their lives. So he decides that the family shall move to this wonderful place full of opportunities called Manhattan in New York. Manhattan is how he pronounces it. The story has been narrated by Ava Lavender in first person. So this is a book that talks about the love lives of the women in the Rooks family. It's a really sad story. As you can tell by the title, The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows. It has been written beautifully, surely, and it is very poetic also. This book has a lot of magical realism because every member of the Rooks family has something or the other unusual about them. Ava Lavender herself is pretty unusual. There is a line on the back cover that says, "To my great misfortune, I was once mistaken for an angel." Just how great this misfortune was, I realized when I read this book, and I was horrified by what happened in this book. The story is pretty different and unique. The central message of this book is that love makes us such fools is something that really resonated with me. Don't pick this book up if you don't want to be sad because it's kind of depressing. The next book is Death Under the Deodars by Ruskin Bond. Now if you want to read a Ruskin Bond book and if you haven't read this book, go for this book. I loved it so much. It's a collection of 8 stories. There is one central character of Miss Ripley Bean. She is the one who either witnesses something that happens or she narrates the story. The stories are related to crime or mystery. So this is a collection of stories that comes with a lot of simplicity and charisma. The next book is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, a cine story comic. So this is basically a comic of a Disney movie by the same name, and the pictures that the comic has are from the frames of the movie. Now this was gifted to me by a friend who wanted me to watch this movie, but then I am not a movie person. But after reading this, I really want to watch the movie because it's an adorable story. I loved every bit of it. So this is a story about the king of Halloween Town, Jack Skellington, who discovers another holiday called Christmas and he wants to take over Christmas, and because of this he causes a lot of chaos and only a rag doll can solve the problems and set everything right. It's such a good book. And also one thing that I found out after I finished this book is when I read the back cover, it turns out that this is actually a collector's edition and I'm really happy about that. The next book is Pinto Has an Idea by Rajeev Saxena. I have reviewed this book book on my channel as well as my blog. I'll leave the link to both the reviews in the description box. So this is a story about a scientist named Rajeev who prefers to go by the name Pinto. That's how everybody addresses him. Now Pinto is somebody who's very innovative and he really wants to do something to help people in their everyday lives, and that's exactly what he does in this story. Basically, it's a story about how he implements his ideas and how all that affects the society and his family life. It's a nice concept and the writing is not bad either, but sometimes I felt it got unrealistic and sometimes the story went overboard with the ideas that Pinto was having. The next book is Intern Abroad This Summer by Aniket Singh. I've reviewed this book on my channel as well as my blog as well. I'll leave the link to both the reviews in the description box. This is non-fiction kind of self-help. This book has talked about the benefits of foreign internship, how you can apply, what you can do, and also it has tried to dissipate the doubts you might have about foreign internship. This book targets students and advocates the idea of traveling around the world during internships as a student. I felt it was a good book overall, just I felt it was a little more relevant to engineering students. Although if you are from another field and you want to get an idea about foreign internships, you can still pick this book up. You will at least get a general idea. So that's it guys, that was my January 2018 wrap up. I'm pretty satisfied with my wrap up. Do not forget to let me know in the comment section how many books did you manage to read in January, what is your goal. I would love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching. If you want to connect with me on my social media, then the links are in the description box. I'll be back with my next video super soon. Bye.